Well, hey, good evening, everyone. It's almost 6 p.m., and this is just a little typical retirement day here in Bangkok, Thailand. I'm a night owl, so last night was a late one. I worked till about 4 in the morning, editing video and my little hobby here, and had some movies going in the background. So sometimes I edited, sometimes I was watching John Wayne, and the next thing you know, it's 4 or 5 in the morning. And then I woke up at 10 o'clock to a phone call, went back to sleep till about 11 o'clock, and then I got up and dragged myself up to the 6th floor and swam not as many laps as I should, maybe 15, and it's smaller than half an Olympic size, so that's not too good. But then I hit the gym for about a half hour, then back to the apartment, cleaned it up. I had a little chicken and rice left over from last night and a couple of avocados in the fridge, so I powered that down. And I've just been hanging out, doing a little bit more work online and paying bills until now. And this is when I generally head out, 5-6 p.m. when it cools down. I'm no fan of walking around Bangkok, Thailand at 10, 11, 12 noon when I don't have to. It's just 20 degrees hotter. Here's the package delivery man, the Lazada or Shopee, whatever this is. These guys get a lot of use out of these small 125cc scooters. Now I live on Sukhumvit Soi 26, right in the heart of central Bangkok. I'll preach, stay somewhere central in between On Nut and say Siam Paragon. It's just so easy to walk everywhere and get a little exercise at the same time. If I lived way down the line, say in Bering, I'd just be getting on the train there and getting off the train at Prompong or a Sulk and not walking at all. From here, I can easily walk over to Terminal 21. Comes another delivery guy. It's just about a 1.5 mile walk, and trust me, it feels like you're walking 10 miles even at 6 p.m. It's still pretty warm. Now, if you're feeling lazy, and I'm feeling lazy often, like this guy jumping on the back of a motorbike, if you see at the very end of the street a red light, let me zoom in, that's Sukhumvit. So it's about a 7-minute walk, 20 baht. It used to be 10 baht. Somewhere along the line it went up to 20 here in the central Bangkok area. We'll get you from here halfway down Soi 26 to Sukhumvit, or it'll get you from the train at Sukhumvit all the way to the end at Rama 4. So it's just 20 baht, no matter where you're going. And I mentioned I had some phone calls. I'm from the US, so what I do, and 9 out of 10 of my buddies will have WhatsApp or the Line app, which we use here in Bangkok. You're not going to use the phone. You're going to do all your dealings with a realtor or your hospital through the Line app. So it's very common to still have a phone plan. I don't know what mine is exactly. I think I get 20 gigabyte, maybe 30 of internet. And that's plenty. I'm not out on Spotify every day. And then I get 30 or 40 minutes of phone calls. That might seem silly compared to the everything is included, but it's also $100 in the US. Here I pay 220 baht a month. So what is that? Less than 10 bucks. And it works fine, just as long as I use that Line app. And if one of my older relatives wants to get a hold of me, I just tell them, send me a text and I'll call you back on Wi-Fi calling for free. I don't even bother with the WhatsApp or Line with, somebody in their 80s. They don't want to deal with that. Just send me a text. I have my phone dialed in to my home router, which is also cheap. I think I paid 25 bucks for fiber optic with True Digital. Now, the time difference can be a bit of a kick in the pants if you're not a night owl like me. 6 p.m. here, so that's 4 a.m. in San Diego and 7 a.m. in Florida. And those are the two main spots I'm speaking with. And I'm having a great time with this whole YouTube hobby. It makes a little beer money and it keeps me busy. You're going to have to pick your spots. This going from working 10, 12 hours a day sometimes, oftentimes 6 days a week. I took as much overtime as they would give me as a mailman in San Diego. That's not exactly working in the Phoenix sun or the snow of Chicago. So I took as much time as I could get and banked that money, and that's one of the reasons I retired early at at 56 and move myself on over here. Retiring early and staying in San Diego, that'd be a little bit more difficult. I had planned on hanging out in Baja California and then just popping up to California as needed. But once I started traveling more and more, and the next thing you know, I had darn near 100 countries under my belt. I kept returning to Thailand, and I'm really glad I moved here. I'm not looking back at all. And I'm not sure what's going on with this. It appears that at one time it was a nightclub or something. I see them open the gate every now and then. Somebody just opened it to let a car out. So I think they're just using this big valuable space as parking. It'd be nice to see it come back to life. But definitely get yourself a hobby. Heck, start making YouTube videos just to journal your retirement, and if nothing else, let the folks back home see what you're up to. It's a fun hobby. Now, my Thai girlfriend has a job. She's a corporate gig at a bank, so she keeps busy Monday through Friday. So I don't have what you'll see in some of the YouTube videos, just running around with my girlfriend every day. I have to keep busy on my own. That's a good problem. I'm not complaining, but she has her career and I have my days, and oftentimes staying up till 4 in the morning. That wouldn't jive so well with her having to be at the office at 8:30 in the morning. And once again, my little hobby takes me to all edges of Bangkok. I'm on the other side of the river over in the Thonburi area filming, and I'm filming every little side soy, and I know them all, from Sukhumvit Soy 1 down to Sukhumvit 101. Probably made 5 videos on every street. This is looking off at the chapter night market here on Soy 26, and that large building in the background, that's a nice old building, the Waterford. Well, I think it's just the Waterford. There's a couple of Waterfords, but that's the one on Sukhumvit Soy 30/1. Now, I'm a pretty social guy, and having this channel, it gives me an opportunity to meet hundreds and hundreds of people coming into town, and they've watched my videos, want to get together, maybe have a beer and talk Bangkok, or put together their plan to move over, and I'm glad to do that. I'm also having meetups every now and then. I need to get a little bit more organized on that, but I don't want to lock down to whatever the first Wednesday of every month, because I travel, and I travel often. And I do have to watch the beer intake. It's much easier in California. I always had the excuse of driving everywhere to go to dinner and have 1 beer with dinner or 0. And, you know, if I wanted to have 3 or 4 drinks, well, I had to take a Uber over or a Lyft and figure out how I was going to get home. The drinking and driving wasn't an option. But here, just walking everywhere, having nothing but time, and having hundreds of friends, it's real easy to go drinking with this guy on Monday and this guy on Tuesday, and maybe taking Wednesday off and hitting this guy up on Thursday. So you'll have to watch yourself. I'm not telling anybody how to control their drinking. I mean, we're all grown adults here, but you got to mix in and keep it healthy. Try to at least walk to that bar and then meet your buddies. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm walking down to O'Shea's pub and probably have a little dinner, a couple of beers. I'm not going to get too carried away. I have a long night of editing I want to do. I'm putting out a couple of projects, and again, that keeps me busy. And that's the Move Me, M-U-V-M-E, electric tuk-tuk. We have the apps on our phone. Boone's really into it. Me, they seem to take 15 or 20 minutes to show up. I'm a little more, let's just flag down the next tuk-tuk we see, and it's not going to be electric. She's not all fired up on the electric thing. She just likes having the app on the phone. So as far as hitting the pub, I'll hit the pub 20% of the time and not even have a beer, just some water and some food, and just hang out with the guys. It's more a social event. So if you're not a big drinker, don't even worry about it, but don't pass on those invitations to the local pub. Again, it's just a place to kick back with the other people of like minds. Is that how you say it? Different folks that have decided to move to Bangkok from all parts around the world. And again, if maybe you've had a problem with the drinking in the past, you don't want to hang out in a bar, I 100% understand that. And sure, people will respect that and meet up at different restaurants and all. There's John's bar here on Soi 26, Queen Bee. Fun spot. He's had those 99 baht Chong posters up for a while now. Now, I haven't picked up a motorbike. I may, just to strap the GoPro or what's the other camera I have? I'm drawing a blank. The what is it? The DJI onto the handlebars and maybe do some tours riding around Bangkok. But for the most part, I didn't want the motorbike just because it's too easy to jump on that thing and head off to the grocery store. I'm a nice 9-minute walk to the Big C and Lotus at the other end of Soi 26, and yeah, I didn't want the motorbike. I'd rather just get the exercise. And I'm walking by my favorite, or one of my favorite noodle spots. You can get an amazing bowl of pork noodles for 60 or 70 baht, depending if you want the large. So I have plenty of places for affordable food. With that being said, I'm probably going to spend 300 baht on my meal tonight at the O'Shea's Irish. So it's just a balance. More so than a bike, I am considering getting a car. I am living kind of the minimalistic lifestyle, but being a California guy, I've always had 2 cars in my parking space, even if I was single, in case one broke down. So not having a car now for going on 3 years has been a little different. We've rented plenty of cars. My girlfriend Bourne, she drives perfect, but she doesn't have a car either because she lives in downtown Bangkok, and that's where she works. She also has a cousin who will let her borrow the car anytime she likes. But I don't want to put her cousin out all the time, so we've rented cars and taken some road trips around Thailand, and that's okay. I'm just a little bit more impulsive, I guess, and if I'm wide awake at 2 in the morning, hey, I'm gonna jump in the car and drive off to Jam Tien or Hua Hin, and maybe Boone will come meet me in a couple of days when it's the weekend. It's really nice to have those options as a retired person. Oh, lights turning green. And as you're watching these different YouTube channels, hopefully including mine, hopefully you'll subscribe for more looks around town. If these videos are of any interest to you, and maybe you're 5 or 6 years away from retirement, or even 7. I remember being at that 7-year mark, and it flew by until about a year to go, really, really fast. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that last year seemed to drag on forever, but trust me, that 7 years, 5 years, 3 years, it's gonna creep up on you in no time. Get on over here and relax. The same with my buddy I'm walking over to meet right now. He's from the UK, and I met him on a visit, I don't know, 3 or 4 visits ago. He was doing the coming over for 3 weeks, going home, working, coming back 6 months later for a month, and now he finally was able to pull the trigger, and he's still keeping his home in the UK. He wants to keep that tie, but he's living here 99% of the time and loving it. And that is Soi 24 just across the way. Another plus of living in this Prompong area in central Bangkok. You have 3 malls right here, 2 of which have movie theaters, food courts. It's a nice little perk to just walk less than 15 minutes to a movie theater. Hey, so there you go. There's just a quick look at an average retired day for me anyhow, here in Bangkok, Thailand. Just walking around and enjoying the city. I know it might drive some people crazy, the noise, the congestion, but I just love it. And you can see it's a bit chaotic. People are running these red lights as these cars are turning, and there's very little honking compared to many cities around the world. It's just noise pollution. Not so much here in Thailand. Everybody's a controlled chaos. So you take it easy, have a great evening, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Good night.